Namaskar. Experiential learning beyond the classroom. Dr. Deepti Sidhaye. Education is often imagined as something that happens within four walls, inside classrooms filled with desks, blackboards, and textbooks. Students listen, take notes, memorize concepts, and write examinations. While this method builds theoretical knowledge, it does not always prepare learners for real-life challenges. So, what we need is experiential learning. It means learning through direct experience, by observing, participating, experimenting, and reflecting. It connects theory with practice, transforms knowledge into understanding. It develops critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Most importantly, it helps students realize that education is not just about marks, but about meaningful impact. Let us learn about experiential learning through a story. It is the story of Ananya, an intelligent, disciplined student at a government agriculture college. She was known for scoring high marks. Her notebooks were always neat, answers always precise. She listened to her course lectures describing soil health, crop cycles, irrigation systems, and so on. She always took careful notes, underlining important sentences. She memorized definitions and could explain soil fertility in perfect scientific terms, draw diagrams of irrigation systems, and describe sustainable agriculture in exams. Ironically, all this without visiting a real field. And so, she wondered, if knowledge is so powerful, why does it feel so distant? The answer arrived one afternoon when the college announced a field immersion program in partnership with the local Krishi Vigyan Kendra. The objective of the program was simple. Students would visit nearby villages to understand real agricultural challenges and apply classroom knowledge to real situations. Ananya hesitated initially, but then she signed up. The first day in the village of Rampur felt nothing like a classroom. There were no benches, no projector, no fixed syllabus. Instead, there were fields stretching under an unforgiving sun, farmers with worried faces, and soil that crumbled too easily in the hand. In class, irrigation had been a neat diagram, arrows showing water flowing efficiently across a labeled field. But here, she saw uneven land and broken pipes. Their group met Raghav, a farmer who had been cultivating wheat for decades. In class, soil degradation was a chapter. Here, it was visible in the dull color of crops and the worry in Raghav's eyes. Her professor said, "Ananya, observe, ask, listen." So, Ananya listened. She heard about real problems of pest destroying the crop and weather predictions rarely matching the reality. In the following days, the Krishi Vigyan Kendra experts demonstrated soil testing. They collected samples from Raghav's land and showed how to analyze nutrient levels. The analysis showed that the soil lacked essential micronutrients, and excessive use of certain fertilizers had worsened the imbalance. For the first time, the formulae from Ananya's textbook felt alive. She helped prepare a simple chart explaining balanced fertilizer application, translated technical terms into the local dialect, stood beside the expert as drip irrigation pipes were laid on a small trial patch. The work was not easy. The sun was harsh. The soil clung to her shoes. Her hands grew rough. But her understanding deepened in ways no exam had ever demanded. Ananya visited the fields every weekend and worked. Weeks passed. One evening, as the sun dipped low, Raghav called Ananya to his field. The trial patch looked different. The plants stood taller. Their color was richer, healthier. The soil retained moisture better under the drip system. The soil was tired, said Raghav. Not useless. Ananya smiled. That sentence alone was worth more than any mark sheet. Back at college, the classroom no longer felt the same. In the lecture about sustainable agriculture, Ananya didn't imagine diagrams. She saw Raghav's field. When discussions turned to rural distress, she remembered the anxious lines on farmers' faces. Ananya's field trip report didn't just contain data tables and graphs. It included reflections, farmers' testimonies, cost comparisons, and challenges faced during implementation. During her presentation, she said, "We often think education happens inside four walls, but real learning begins when theory meets reality. Education is not the memorization of answers. It is not confined to classrooms, nor limited by textbooks. Classroom learning provides foundation. Experiential learning provides depth. Experiential learning ensures that what is taught inside the classroom finds purpose beyond it." Everyone clapped. Well, listeners, did you realize that learning about experiential learning through a story was itself an example of experiential learning? So now you know what experiential learning is. Thank you.